Yo! Hi. Welcome back to the final MAYMORY episode. Woohoo! Yay! If you don't know what MAYMORY is, it's a cool event hosted by Aonet where you can either build or beat levels during the month of May, memory levels during the month of May. It's a fun activity, some people have participated in it, and I've decided to take a shot at it too, because it sounds fun. So, if we go into our levels, as you can see, we have built quite a lot in these past 5 episodes, and today we're going to be building the last section. And if I just quickly go to the end of the level, you'll see that I've already made some gameplay for this ending, which is this sort of thing right here. Oh, I died to the triple. As you can see, this is this sort of silent club step sort of style ending. Obviously, you can right now tell which ones are real and which ones are fake, just because the ones that kill you are actually like colored in, while this one just isn't. But obviously, when I get to decorating this part, I will change that. So yeah, we will be decorating this section, this ship section right here, from here to the end of the level. I have a very specific feeling for this ship section, which is going to be a very simple, not Blade of Justice, what am I saying? Sort of a Bizarre Phantasm ending, where you're given like a code and you're meant to input it. It's a very simple idea, but I'm not planning on making it anything extreme on it or anything. So, for example, I might have like, where is the arrow? Yeah, I have like some arrows. Like, you could. And I want to make this random. I feel like having it be random would be a good idea. For example, I'm gonna have like a code like this, and then let me So let me start just sort of making this random. So, for example, let's take this arrow, make it, group 127, rotate, so we can target group 127, degrees -90. Okay, I was pointing left, that's not really what I want. I want to point right. Yep. And then, for it to point down, I'm going to do 180. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a random trigger. Where is it? There we go, found it. And it's going to choose between doing nothing, which you can't do. Okay, so I'll just set this to be 0-degree rotation, that's okay. So 128, 129, and 130, okay. So, and then I'll put this on spawn trigger. Make this 128, 129, and 130, like so. And now, it should be random. Yeah, cool. Okay, now I will do this for basically just every single other arrow. Okay, it's a bit messy, I can't lie, but this should now work. So for example, just for now, what is the first one? Okay, so forward. So what I wanted to do is, for example, just toggle on this. So if you, so this will be the top one. So okay, 330, 331, and 332. If I want it to be the top one, so that one doesn't change, I will toggle off 330. So let me just, okay, and then see what happens when I go down. Cool, there we go, it works. Now I just sort of need to spam this for everything else. Cool, so now this works. I feel as though we should put some ground spikes. I'm going to use probably these ones, actually. I don't use these very often, but I kind of want to here. And you know what? I'll actually add the sort of thing to them. The where is it? This one. Okay, there we go. And I'll just put this over everything. So this is going to be on T4. Yep. Cool, yeah, now I want to have these have an area effect. So let me get this a group, 202, and then let me get this a group, 203 maybe? 217, okay, that's fine. What I wanted to do is I want, say, area move. I want effect ID 11, yeah, 202, this, put that length to like 100, move distance 10, ease in out. Hopefully this should work. Other way. I want it to be the other way. That's important. Yeah, that's what I want. Now what I want to do is I want to actually make a background first before I get into the block design. And then also, first of all, I want to change the background color because I kind of don't want it to be this orange. And I kind of want the background to be sort of a dark blue. That's kind of what I want the background color to be. Okay. I might do some pulses. Yeah, let's do some pulses. Okay, there we go. I've made all of my background pulses. Now I want to do a very simple actual background. Let's think, how can I do this? Ooh, wait, I have an idea. What if I use negative space? So what if I do this? Make the brightness like really, really low. And then I just sort of like... That kind of works. I kind of like that. And what if I do this, and then behind I'll put that like black. Yes! Yes, I like that, but I want to link this together. I love that, yes. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, and then I'll just copy paste like a couple more of these. Now put these on a group 218, and I'll make this just move on an infinite move time. It's basically just a bunch of circles though, like, I don't really mind though, like, I kind of like it. And then what I want to do is I want to have these, for example, move like up in 1 second, bounce out. I have a really cool idea. Wait a second. What if I take these? This might be really trippy, actually. Whoa, what the hell? Wait, and then I can do it again. That's sick. Wait. I actually kind of love that. Oh, is it because of the mirror portal? It's probably because of the mirror portal. Okay. Yeah, it's because of the mirror portal, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna... You know what I'm gonna do then? Instead of a mirror portal, I might just... So essentially, now I'm just upside down. And mirrored. But now the problem is that this isn't gonna match. Down, okay. So the one right after the mirror portal goes down. As you can see, that is up, not down. So that's the sort of problem. I might then want to just sort of take all of these and just sort of put them like here. And then I can take these, put them up here, and then do this. Yeah, I think it's actually now finally time to do the block design. Cool. I want to do a very certain thing that I've seen in a couple, done in a couple of levels. I think that should do, yeah. Okay, so it's the next day, and yeah, this is what we built so far. I don't really know how to intro this, apart from the fact that I definitely want to change a couple of things. And the reason for this is, what was I thinking? Why is there a camera rotate trigger? No, let's not be doing this, please. Yeah, I want to get rid of the camera rotate trigger. I was actually editing this video a couple of days ago. Therefore, it's actually not the next day. I lied. I'm a liar. But, yeah, I was editing this video, and I, thought about the camera rotate, and I was like, no, I'm not keeping that. It's way too difficult, and I don't think it works. So instead, what I might do is I'm going to... The two ideas I had is either put a mirror portal, like in the original version, or put a gravity portal. I also made a little logo. This is actually inspired by another level. I was watching Angel Effects video on one of the UND levels on the Radio Non-Demons. And it was playing this level. I forgot what it's called. Also, as you can see, I got a sort of texture pack, which makes these difficulty faces look pretty cool. Superior. I think it's this one. Yeah, this level. So if I go to the very end of the level, you'll see that there's this sort of like logo here. As you see, there's a sort of logo here at the end using like glow and stuff. And I thought that looked pretty cool. So I want to sort of make a logo of, like that. And here's my attempt at it. I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. So yeah, second of all, second thing that I want to change is the block design. I don't know, I kind of don't like it. I know that there's this like specific thing that I want to do with it, but it just doesn't work, man. I don't like it. I want to change it. So let me try and actually come up with a block design. I do this for some of my other levels, and it's to put like a sort of like these slabs down, like here, for example, and put like a black thing, and I can have another block design that goes behind it. So I might want to try and do that, but then I need something to actually put behind it. What if I use these sort of template squares, but not actually go into here and, you know, actually create the blocks? What if I just color them? Like, for example, what if I do this? Okay, this could work. Okay. I kind of want to put them in the half space, like this. Okay, what? I kind of want to... Because I don't want... it's a very specific thing, but I kind of don't want these sort of, like, purple lines from the blocks to be the same as these white lines. I kind of want them to be a bit different. So what I might do is I might shift this over, and then instead of using that, I might just use the... Where are they? There they are. These small squares. And then to match the sort of size, I might just like... Okay, there we go. That should be good. And then I will put this on... Yeah, black. There we go. Yeah, like that. Like that. Yeah, that works. Okay, and now I want to put some glow, because a block design without glow is impossible. Like, how can you have a block design without some glow? Oh, what if I do... Oh, wait, I have a cool idea. I have a cool idea. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. That looks really cool, actually. Okay, I have one more thing to add, which I thought of just now, and I want to do because I think it sounds cool. Where is it? You. What if I use you? I used this in one of my other levels, but I forgot which one. And what if I like... Wait. Hold up. Didn't I use this in the Rainbow Corridor part? I think I did, but I think I did it in an older version. And whatever. I'm gonna do this. And then I might scale it on the Y. And then I'm gonna do that. And then maybe, if I'm really feeling spicy, I might do this. I was thinking... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! Yeah, I think I'll keep it going in one direction. And then what if I do speed -1, just so it goes the other way? You know, it doesn't really make sense. Arrow's pointing right, but, you know, it goes left. It doesn't really make any sense. So yeah, there we go. I'll do that, and I also want to sort of decrease the brightness. So it's just around 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 works. Maybe even a bit less. So if I do that, 0.26. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think this is the block design that I'm going to use. Then, So that's 331, right? So let's do this, and let's put it on 331. And then I want to create a block design for this, but it's gonna be different. Okay, yep, I think this is my block design. I will now just go over everywhere and just sort of copy and paste it. So this is gonna take a while. Okay, montage, go. Okay, hi, so it's the next day. A couple of things have happened. First of all, so yesterday I was recording for an hour, but then I started editing that footage today, and then I realized, hey, why is it 30 minutes long? It turns out, and this is my theory, so I have Control R as my hotkey to start and stop recording. And I think I hit Control R by accident in the middle of the recording. That's my theory. So, a couple of things happened in those half hour. First of all, I just applied the block design everywhere, but I think you already saw that in the last time lapse. Second of all, I made a logo, made a block design for the MAYMORY logo. Second thing I did is I put these sort of like platforms, because I think it's too hard, man. I feel like it's a little bit too cruel, because imagine you have to go down and then up and then down and then up. It's going to be a heck of a maneuver. So I put these sort of things to sort of help you. So that's another thing that I did. And the last thing that I did, I think it's the last thing at least, is I sort of did like a sort of cool thing for the background in the back. Because that's where background is, it's in the back. As you can see, I put sort of these like rotate triggers so that they sort of sync to the music. For some reason the camera zooms out when I put stop assist, so don't mind that, but that looks pretty cool. I like that. Let me show it from the other start pose. Yeah. So there's like a cool thing, and then there's a triple spike. And then you do the triple spike at the end. This part is actually so like unbelievably addictive to play. I have no idea why. I'm thinking as I want to put something in the middle of every single one of these structures. Maybe something to just straight up confuse the player. There you go, sort of like that. And if I put that literally just straight up on T4, apart from maybe the spike that could go on T3. Yeah. And then this won't actually have any sort of hitbox. So I could literally just straight up just do this. And then maybe instead of having object color as the outline, yeah, I'll just have that. Like, that could look hella cool. And it could also just straight up confuse the player as much as possible. Which is exactly what I want. So those should have, yeah, no hitbox whatsoever. And they should go over the player as well. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Let me make it into like a lol or something. Maybe I'll put like a go or something. Now I have a really funny idea. I should have actually done this before I placed the pillars down. But my idea is I just literally take, like for example, these pillars, 304, and I sort of just like put them on a movement, really. Like, that's sort of my idea. Exit out the level and then go again. Okay. Up, middle, down, up, middle. 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 Okay. Up, middle, down. Oh, up. Yeah, too easy. Okay. I like that. Okay. Honestly, I think this part is almost complete. I think we should do, like, maybe add one more, like, tiny sort of detail to the part, and then I think we'll be done. I think we'll move on to the cube part, and that will be the end of the video. That'll be crazy. Yeah, let me try and something. Try and do something. So what if I do a bit of this, and then I do a background color, but then I, like, sort of decrease the brightness by quite a lot. It's kind of like barely noticeable, but I kind of like it. Okay, obviously, from the actual level, I want to take, the actual, yeah. This was sort of my idea. Okay. So, how on earth would I try and decorate this? I guess I could first take these question marks, and then I can set them to be, like, background color. And then behind that, maybe on, like, a B2 or something, I could put it, like, a white. So you sort of fade away and make white question marks. And maybe even in front of that, I can put a black one. Whoa! Wait, that looks sick! What? And then, maybe I can take some of these, like, question marks and sort of just, like, randomly sort of, like, rotate them. Okay, that should do. Yeah, you know what? I can even apply the group that the background got to these question marks. So that they sort of rotate. Yeah, that should do. Okay. So that's the question marks. Now, how about these, yeah, these guys. These sort of, like, colored in hitboxes. What color do I want to make these? Background color wouldn't really work. Background color with a really high brightness and a high saturation wouldn't really work as well because it faced black. So how would I go about this? Or maybe I could make it just like a regular white, like the object color, and then I can copy and paste it and put it on black. Yeah. I like that, yeah. And now it's time to actually design these blocks so that they look like the original. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just like a sort of square here. And then I might just make it like a low opacity white. Yeah. Okay, that works. That'll do. Oh, and now it's time for the end screen. Oh my god. Yo, that last jump, I'm actually gonna die at it when I try to verify this, bro.
Foreshadowing.
Yes! I'm so happy about this, dude. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna import this over to the actual level, and I'll see you there. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for tuning into MAYMORY episode 6, the final one. It's been a really fun journey, and I'm glad that you guys stuck around for it too as well. I'll play the verification video now, but till then, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay. Okay. Down, middle, up, middle. Down, middle, up, middle. Down, middle, up, middle. Down, middle, up, middle. Down. Yes! Finally! Finally! is on the surface.